safe hand sanitizer. You can trust the hand sanitizer on 2020safe.net to be made with the highest quality ingredients. American made with American ingredients employing Americans. Log on now to 2020safe.net and order your 1 liter today. Normally $29.99 but reduced to $19.99. So hurry while supplies last and receive a bonus. That's right. You'll receive a 30-count bottle of Immune Booster, a $39.95 value, free by using code GCN at checkout. Right now, click 2020safe.net. That's 2020safe.net to get our 1 liter bottle of high-quality hand sanitizer with your free bonus. A 30-count bottle of Immune Booster valued at $39.95. Remember to enter GCN at checkout, and the bonus is yours free. 2020safe.net.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
We'll have a mix of clouds and sunshine today with a shower in places. Warm and humid, high 87 to 91. Then partly cloudy and humid tonight with a shower in the area late. Low this evening, 69 to 74. Partly sunny and less humid Friday, high tomorrow 80 to 85. Then Saturday and Sunday both will be mostly sunny. High Saturday 82 to 86. High Sunday 84 to 88. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
You get the best deals when you shop early, and that's doubly important on camellias at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. This week, Bob announces his first and best sale of the year on famous heirloom camellias. You can buy gorgeous early blooming bonanza camellias, normally selling for $29.99 for just $12.99. Yes, that's less than half price, but supplies are limited. And say if you're looking for color that'll last all winter long, then check this out. Mix or match these winter hardy annuals, pansies, petunias, snapdragon, stock, dianthus, and more. You'll get a flat of 18 for just $19.99. A new shipment of veggies, they just arrived and they're still just $3.99 in the jumbo 4-pack at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, open till 4 Monday through Friday, 3 on Saturdays. In the same blooming place since 1952.
Now you did it. Are you completely insane? He's back. He, who must not be named. The man, the myth. The only guy in Ocala to eat his own weight in fried pickles. Twice. Now, you asked for it. Sorta. Live and in person. It's Tom Schmitz.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little upset that they only think I could eat my weight in fried pickles twice. Look, I ate the Big 96er at the Cherokee Cattle Company in Statesboro, Georgia back in the day when you came in and you eat the Big 96 and the baked potato and the salad and the bread and one drink, one glass of tea. And if you ate that, it was a 96-ounce steak. If you ate all that, your entire table ate for free. We did it 8 weeks in a row, and they told us we couldn't come back in anymore because we were football players. So we would one football player would be the person that we would pick to do it. He wouldn't eat all day. And with our metabolism the way it was, and with practice, 96-ounce steak. Just child's play. What is not child's play is county government. And here to talk about where we are with the county commission is Alex Aubuchon. He is one of the public information officers for the county commission. Kathy Bryant, who usually joins us, very busy week this week with a lot of things going on in the county that need her attention. So we get Alex instead, which is good trade-off. Alex is very well versed, and he likes the color purple, which is Walt Disney and my favorite color. So I'm good with that. Alex, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tom. Thank you so much for having me. Of course, Kathy sends her condolences and wishes she could be here, but very busy time. It's always a busy time.
Always at the county commission, but with voting right now, really a busy time.
Yes.
And let's talk about voting for a minute. I haven't voted yet. I'm a day of. Mm-hmm. That's just my tradition.
Yep.
But right now, if you want to vote, you got today, tomorrow, and Saturday, you can still get in to vote. Tell us about that.
Yes, yeah, we still got early voting underway. There are 9 locations throughout the county where you can early vote. And the nice thing about early voting in the state of Florida and in Marion County is, on the day of, you have to go vote at your registered precinct. But during early voting, you can vote wherever it's convenient for you, wherever you happen to be, when you get off work, wherever you are in the county. There are 9 locations. Of course, you've got the Marion County Election Center right in the center of Ocala. You've got 4 different public library centers that are accepting early voting locations. So that's Bellevue, Dunellen, Forest, and Freedom public libraries. In the villages, you've got the Mulberry Center. You've also got 3 different community centers, or 2 different community centers, rather. You've got Silver Spring Shores and Reddick. Those community centers will be accepting ballots. And then in Southwest Marion County, the Deputy Brian Litz building, that's the Southwest District Office of the Marion County Sheriff's Office, that is an early voting site as well. So tons of options. And for the addresses and locations there, you can go to votemarion.gov and find those locations there, as well as the hours. I believe all those locations are open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The man's just taking all my thunder.
And you can place your early votes there. I actually dropped off my mail-in ballot. I received my mail-in ballot in early October, filled it out, and then it sat on my kitchen table forever because I was too lazy to put it in the mailbox. So I took it out after work yesterday and dropped it in the drop-off box at the election center. Yesterday afternoon, there was a great turnout, lots of people showing up to early vote, but it was still extremely orderly. People were moving through very quickly. I would encourage everybody, however you want to issue that ballot, whether you mail it in. We are past the point that the Election Commission recommends mailing in ballots in order for them to be returned. Right. There are some election officials that have said they are receiving ballots the next day or the next couple of days, but at this point we are recommending that if you have a mail-in ballot, deliver it to a drop box, and there are drop boxes located at all of these early voting
sites. Which have security at the drop boxes.
Correct.
100% covered with security. You don't have to worry about somebody setting a voting box on one of the drop boxes on fire or anything like happened up in Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. These are security's watching them.
It's like a post box. It's a solid, riveted, big metal box. And
they're
locked.
And security's watching them.
Correct. And they're emptied every day. They're right there at the election site. They're being returned, and they're being counted. And you can also vote day of. However you want to make that, however you want to submit your ballot, make sure that you vote. Make sure that you participate in this democratic process, and make sure that your voice is heard, because it's essential now more than ever. Really, you need to participate 100%. In this democratic process.
I tell people, register to vote. Too late to do that now for this election.
Right.
Go do your civic duty. To me,
yes,
this is just as important as jury duty or whatever. The Constitution says it's your civic duty to help us do a peaceful change of power every voting cycle.
Correct.
Okay, so go do your civic duty. And if you don't do your civic duty, shut up. I don't want to hear it.
Right.
Now, that's not the county commissioner saying that. That's Tom Schmitz saying, if you don't vote, if you don't do your civic duty, then I don't want to hear you complain about the results.
But we want to, from the Marion County perspective, we want to encourage an engaged and an informed
100%.
Electorate. And all of the information you can receive on voting can be found at votemarion.gov. And we would encourage you taking advantage of those resources made available by the Marion County Supervisor of Elections.
What about with COVID-19? I know that early voting, mail-in ballots are what a lot of people are doing, but there's been a slight uptick here recently in Marion County with COVID. After we thought were through it, now there's been a slight uptick.
So we are, of course, the Marion County Commission, we get a biweekly update from the Department of Health in Marion County, and at our most recent meeting, we're also getting weekly updates from the Florida Department of Health, and we are seeing an uptick in cases. However, we're seeing our hospitalization numbers at a really stable rate. Our medical beds, COVID-related medical beds, are right about anywhere between 10 to 20 patients at any given time over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And in terms of ICU beds, those are hovering between 2 and 5 patients over the last month. So the medical director, Dr. Singer, very happy with those numbers. He's not expecting those numbers to drop anywhere near zero at any time because
it's a virus. It's not going away,
and it's certainly not going away anytime soon until well after we've got a vaccine in place.
November 4th.
Correct.
That's Tom Schmitz saying that. That's Tom Schmitz saying that.
But we are seeing an uptick in positive cases, and of course, the Marion County Commission and the Department of Health in Marion County is, encouraging everyone to stay safe and follow guidelines regarding social distancing, hygiene measures, being conscious about face coverings when you can't maintain social distancing, all those sorts of guidelines, particularly when you go to the polls. When you're going in early voting, you're going to be in indoor spaces, you're going to be near other people. We would encourage face coverings in those sorts of situations. We also want to mention our testing that's available throughout the county. The Department of Health in Marion County has testing 2 days a week right now, Tuesday and Wednesday. You can find that at the Southeast Livestock Pavilion from 8 to 10 a.m. We're also doing testing for schools by appointment at the Department of Health Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, as I mentioned, we're still encouraging people to heed those CDC guidelines.
What about people who are struggling with money, struggling with their rent, their utility bills? Because even though people have went back to work, we just heard Disney just laid off another 27,700 entertainers at Disney. I know there are still people here that because restaurants, even though restaurants are back at full capacity, the ability to have full capacity, a lot of people and a lot of restaurants are still doing 50% capacity and all. So is there still some ways people can get help financially?
Right. And, as you mentioned today with the economic news, we're potentially bracing for another economic restriction. So that's something that we have been trying to get out is our Marion County Community Services now has available some federal funding, a significant amount of federal funding from the CARES Act that was previously passed by the federal government. And that money is available for residents in Marion County who need assistance with mortgage payments, rent payments, or past due utility bills if those past due payments are due to COVID-19. If you're behind on your mortgage, if you're behind on your rent from March 1st until now, or if you have utility bills, that's natural gas, electricity, cell phone, cable, internet, if you've got utility bills that are 30 days past due, and that is because you've lost income or experienced a reduction in pay due to COVID-19 or COVID-19 related factors, or if you've seen any additional household expenses related to additional child care or taking on an additional child care burden due to schools and daycares closing due to COVID-19, that would make you eligible for this CARES Act assistance. So if you think you might be eligible, we encourage you to call us and take advantage of this potential funding opportunity because, our community services department is eager to help our Marion County residents. And we understand this is a very tough time for a lot of our residents.
It certainly is.
Give us a call. I mean, honestly, give our community services department a call. What you can do is call 352-671-8770. That's 671-8770, and you can speak with one of our community services representatives.
I need to give you this is a bit of information. Mary Lynn Magar is a Republican member of the Florida House of Representatives representing the 82nd District, which includes most of Marion County. She'll be Joe Martone's guest tomorrow as he's filling in for me. I will be attending the celebration of life for Chief of Police Greg Graham. She'll be Joe's guest tomorrow at 9:05 to unleash a new conservative fund. So be sure to tune in to find out that exciting news. We're talking with Alex Abashan of the Marion County Commission's Public Information Office. Let's talk about Bring Home the Harvest, because I know that's something very important that the commission gets involved with, and it's going to be a little different this year with COVID and everything. But tell us about Bringing Home the Harvest.
Yeah, and we're trying to make it as similar as it has been, and especially since I'm here in Commissioner Bryant's stead. Kathy describes this as her baby.
It is her baby.
Bring the Harvest Home is really dear to her heart. And,
I've stood many times with her at the Salvation Army truck on the square as people drive by and unload their their equipment, unload their stuff.
I will mention first, so because you mentioned COVID and some changes that are being done, the biggest thing that we're doing is on the day of, this is going to be a food drive. It's going to culminate in that event
December
on the
4th.
downtown square. Yeah, Friday, December 4th, starts at 7:30 a.m., starts in the morning, goes through 1:30 p.m. We're going to be doing this thing as a contactless drive-through. So as you make your donations, you're going to stay in your car, open up your door, open up your hatch. We will come grab your donation, take from you, drive off. Don't have to interact with us. Don't have to get out. Bring your stuff in. It'll be well-oiled machine. It'll be purely contactless. We'll make it as safe as we possibly can. But Bring the Harvest Home is our holiday food drive. Been doing it several years now, and it goes to benefit 3 local emergency services or health services. It's Interfaith Emergency Services, Brothers Keeper, and the local Salvation Army. What we're doing is we're collecting non-perishable food items as well as toiletries and hygiene products, and also baby supplies, baby items. And
when you say baby items, you mean baby wipes, baby diapers,
diapers,
jars of non-perishable baby food.
Baby food, baby cereal, those kind of things.
Which are very, very important.
Correct. Really, essential. And, this year, especially with the pandemic, the economic downturn, people displaced, people unemployed, these organizations really do need our help more than they ever have. So honestly, I'm encouraging Marion County residents to think about this, especially heading into the holiday season when you're at the grocery, because we tend to be shopping more for, we're thinking about family and we're thinking about preparing those family meals. Think about your coupons, think about your deals, maybe get those extra couple of things and set them aside for donations.
BOGO's at one of your local grocery stores. I won't say the name because they don't advertise with us, but they make fantastic Thanksgiving commercials. I'll just leave it there.
For sure. The holidays are a time to be thankful for family, but the holidays are a time for giving. And you don't have, the important thing to remember is you don't have to wait for December 4th. You don't have to take all this stuff out to the square. We've got donations. Donations are being accepted right now at a variety of locations around the county.
I can bring it to the county commission office in McPherson.
Bring it over to administration. I'll put it in my office right now.
And Alex will not pick the best cereal to take home and leave the other. He won't do that. He won't do it.
I promise. You can take it to any take it to any public library branch. Take it to any police office, any fire station, any Marion County Sheriff's Department, tax collector's office, Ocala City Hall. There are a ton of locations. You can find a list of all of those locations as well as the addresses at bringtheharvesthome.com, as well as a suggestion of the types of items that we're looking for to be donated.
And you can also, don't forget, you can go to Brothers Keepers, Interfaith, or Salvation Army and drop it off there as well.
Right, yeah. Of course.
Some people go, but what about the places that are benefiting? Oh, they'll take it. Believe me, you walk up and say, Carla, I'm bringing the harvest home. She'll send somebody out to your car to get it. Trust me.
Absolutely. Brothers Keeper, Interfaith Emergency Services, and the Salvation Army. Those are the groups that, we can't say enough great things about. And bringtheharvesthome.com has all the information about this wonderful event.
Elections right around the corner, and I know usually in an election cycle, within a week or so after that, the head of the county, the chairperson of the county commission, gives us the state of the county. Is that still on schedule for the same time period?
Yes. Yeah, we do have a plan for our state of the county address. That is actually what I've been working on all week, is assembling our state of the county. All of our county commissioners
You're
are
Toby Ziegler from the West Wing.
All of our county commissioners are going to be talking about what's going on in their individual districts. Kathy Bryant is going to be talking about an overview of what's going on in the district or the county as a whole, what we can be excited excited about what we can look forward to over the next couple of years, what we can review over the past couple of years, where we kind of stand. We'll be looking at, the success of our past 4 years of our penny sales tax, some of the infrastructure improvements, public safety improvements.
Let's talk about the penny sales tax.
Yeah.
Because that goes hand in hand with this. And I've told people, because the penny sales tax is up for vote again.
Yes.
I'm a proponent of the 1 cent sales tax. I think that 33 or 34% of the people that pay for that sales tax do not live in Marion County.
Yeah, about 30%, and it's
they either work here or they drive through. Mm-hmm. So, and I tell people all the time, if you want to see your sales tax and it's the improvements is made, I'll give you 2 places that you can travel. 326 between I-75 and U.S. Highway 27, the paved road that they've fixed there. There's not a chance you're going to die. Before there were potholes that you had to get around, you may have died on that road.
Right.
And also 475B that connects 475 and 475A. If you had ever been down that road before the last couple of years, it was a travesty to be called it a road. And that's nice and smooth and paved. Not only that, you see newer, nicer sheriff's deputies' cars. You see the infrastructure of our first responders. They're driving equipment that doesn't have 350,000 miles on it. All this is because of your 1 cent sales tax. I know there's other things, but that's the things that I can key in. Tell us some of the reasons why the 1 cent sales tax has been so successful.
Yeah, I can speak personally for just a bit. I live in Marion Oaks, and you're talking about some of those.
We could do a whole show on where you live in, with the improvements done there.
Some of those road projects. I live right on 484, and I'm seeing that road widening project going right now, and that's funded by this last wave of sales tax funding. And you've also got the new 47th Avenue extension. It's going to be connecting Ocala and Marion Oaks north to south to keep people off of the interstate, and that's going to be a potential game changer for people that live in that area, which is going to be a massive necessity as you see that Florida Crossroads Commerce Park start to build out, because you're going to have so much more traffic and so much more infrastructure and people in that area. But you've also got all the additional interest at Martell as you see new facilities in the sheriff's department.
Let's think about it. We've got a new fleet of 19 fire trucks, 30 ambulances, a new fire station in Rolling Greens, 315 new all-wheel drive SUVs, 479 new bulletproof vests, 2,000 new radios for better communication. That's just with the fire and rescue. The roads we talked about.
The radios is also coupled with a new radio infrastructure in northeast and southwest Marion County, allowing people to actually communicate when they're in those remote areas.
Because if you've ever been in Orange Springs, radios may not work up in that part of northeast Marion County.
That's exactly right.
Or, people forget to drive from Orange Springs to just outside of Denellen, from the northeast to the southwest, that's about an hour and 15-minute drive if you drive nonstop with no traffic.
Yeah.
That's how big this county is.
Yeah, I think it gets lost sometimes, the size of Marion County, what a vast tract of land this county actually is.
We're bigger than some states up in the Northeast.
Oh, for sure.
Bigger than some states. And I think it's important to note, though, because some people go, I don't like it because it's not earmarked for anything in particular. That's wrong. Mm-hmm. It is earmarked for funding road infrastructure and public safety infrastructure.
And
you can't pay anybody's salary, nothing like that.
Specific projects as well. We go to these departments, and every year the departments have to submit specific priority projects, and these have to be approved by the county commission, and these are approved and prioritized every year. And again, these have to be specific to Marion County residents' public safety or transportation infrastructure improvements. There are no ongoing costs that are funded, and there are no salaries that are funded through this sales tax.
And like we said, 30% of the sales tax are paid by people that do not reside in Marion County.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Halloween's just around the corner.
Yep.
Are there some precautions you're suggesting? Are there events we can go to? Tell us what the county has in store for Halloween.
I mean, of course, Marion County doesn't have any kind of mandates in effect. We encourage everyone celebrating to heed the latest CDC guidelines in terms of social distancing. If you're unable to social distance, we encourage face coverings. And what better time than Halloween to cover up your face, right? It's the
Some
time
people
to wear
think
a
I
mask.
should have mine on all the time.
Now, there are a couple of events I do want to highlight. Of course, the Marion County Public Library System has had Halloween-related events over the last couple of weeks, but over the next little while, we've got Rainbow Lakes Estates Youth Center in Dunellen. They'll have a costume party tomorrow night, 6 to 10 p.m. That'll be in Dunellen. Marion Oaks Community Center will be having an event at their walking track, the Boo-tastic. That'll be tomorrow night from 6 to 8.
Boo-tastic.
Yeah, so that'll be along the walking track, and people will be spread out socially distanced, passing out candy along the walking track. It'll be decorated. Silver Spring Shores Community Center will be having a drive-through trick-or-treat. It's they're modeling it after a trunk-or-treat, but trying to kind of modify it to make it COVID-appropriate, contactless, and they're actually splitting it into 2 stages. One's going to be more kid-appropriate with superheroes and Peppa Pig and that kind of thing, and then there'll be one that's a little scarier for the older kids, and you can pick and choose which one you want to do. And then I think
the library system has been hosting events for all week.
Correct, and we'll continue to. There will be events into early November that'll be fall and Halloween related, and you can find those at the library's online magazine. All those are listed out on their events.
And remember, if you're an adult who is partaking in Friday night and Saturday night Halloween festivities, either private parties at some people's houses or some of the local adult beverage outlets here in town, have a designated driver. Get a ride share with Uber or Lyft or something like that. Do not become a statistic, not a DUI statistic, a statistic of somebody that's got a vehicular homicide charge on them because you took somebody's life because you were drunk driving.
On the subject of driving, too, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that this is the time of year that people are going to be in the street. Kids are going to be in the street, potentially wearing dark clothing, dark costumes. Make sure to stay vigilant on the roads around dusk and at nighttime, because this is the time that pedestrians become a very real hazard. That's something to really be aware of.
Very, very real hazard. Talk about Alex Abashan of the Marion County Commission PIO's office. Real quick before we get out, I got to do this real quick. You can stick around. We got about a minute. Today in birthdays, Richard Dreyfuss, 73 years old. Kate Jackson, who was my favorite angel on Charlie's Angel, 72. Dan Castellaneta, he's the creator of The Simpsons.
Yep.
63. Winona Ryder, if you're in a retail shop, just keep an eye on her, 49 today. Gabrielle Union is 48. And Ben Foster, who was in Hell or High Water and 310 to Yuma, is 40 today. So by the way, a new study has found the most stressful job in America is enlisted U.S. military personnel. So when you see a veteran, tell them thanks for their service. Alex, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Kathy had talked to me about, she may change the schedule, so we'll keep you updated on that. But this was the Marion County Commission's bi-monthly update on what's going on in our county. Tomorrow morning, you got Joe Martone in the studio all day, as I will be. I would much rather be here on the radio, trust me, folks, than where I will be tomorrow morning. I'll be at the Chief of Police Celebration of Life. If you want to go, things to know about that. It begins at 10 a.m. Friday at First Baptist Church. Members of the public will be sitting outside in the church's baseball field. Some of them. It'll be live streamed there. It'll be shown on a live screen. It'll also be live streamed on Ocala Police Department's Facebook page and Ocala.com. Talk to you next week.
Paddock Mall Studios. This is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.